Let's freaking go, y'all. Welcome back to Unreal Reality, guys. Today, we're gonna take a look at mysterious videos from the dark side of TikTok. If y'all are new here, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button so this video gets recommended to others. And with that out of the way, let's jump right into it, y'all.
It is genuinely looking like the end of days in LA this morning. Satellite images today show some jaw-dropping before and afters with entire neighborhoods reduced to rubble. And only 2 days in, without any signs of slowing down, it has already become the most destructive fire ever to hit Los Angeles County. And depending on how bad things get, some reports are even talking about it becoming the most expensive in US history too. This is because just some of the 7 current fires are tearing through some of the most expensive land in the entire country, including the Palisades and the iconic Hollywood Hills. Both are currently 0% contained, with authorities saying currently there is just no possibility of bringing them under control. A bunch of celebrities, including Paris Hilton and Miles Teller, have had their houses burnt to the ground, with actor Steve Guttenberg calling the disaster the Great Equalizer. And just to make matters worse, Pasadena's issued an urgent alert saying that their water might be unsafe to drink, and the LA District Attorney was forced to threaten prosecution of people who are now using the crisis as an opportunity to loot, rob, and scam victims affected by the fires. As always, I'll keep you guys updated.
Yikes. 2025 just started and we're already dealing with all of this madness. Kind of feels like that movie, This Is the End, more and more every day, guys.
Mueve, mueve.
Is that real?
Pero grande.
Weird.
Hazle un sonido para que abra la boca. ¡Ay, mi madre!
How this bird is not a Pokemon is like so far beyond me right now. It almost feels like if you came across this little guy in like a forest or something, he would grant you a quest or like a mission to embark on. You know what I'm saying?
The Enron egg. The world's first micronuclear reactor
Enron?
for residential suburban use. This little device can power your entire home for up to 10 continuous years.
Wow.
It goes without saying, but when you put a nuclear reactor in your home, it's gotta be safe for the whole family. I've been living with an egg for a few months now, and let me just tell you that my little ones, they freaking love it, especially when what we save on the energy bill, we can spend on Christmas presents. Do your kids hate camping as much as mine? Well, let's just say they're gonna like it now. Because for the first time in history, you can bring the comfort of your living room out into the world. Playing the newest game from your favorite console under the stars is just a whole other experience.
The Enron egg? Oh, come on already. Enron, what are you doing? Having a second go at it? This can't be real, guys. If you can confirm or deny if this Enron egg is real or not, throw it in the comments, guys.
How much are they?
So a robot like Melody is $150,000, and that's fully AI capable and customized. We can actually make the robot look like anything you want. So you can come to us and say, we would like to give us a picture of someone, and we can make that robot customized to you, and we can customize the AI so that it knows exactly what you want it to know. So it can learn about your company, it can learn about your product,
Okay.
or it can be your girlfriend.
Are we going to be like, this is my God, this is my family member?
Well, you could. We always say you can take our robots as a date to a wedding. And we have this here on display for people to touch, so you can give that a feel and see how that feels. These faces are all modular, so we could actually take the faces off Melody and Aria, throw this one on top. It's all magnetized or special technology. Press a button, and then you have a different robotic character. This allows us to provide flexibility for our clients. If they change their minds and they want a different character,
crazy.
We can design a different face for them, and then they can add that on very easily.
Are they easy to swap? How long does it take to swap?
It takes about 10 seconds. You just peel it off and then put the other one on. It's our patented system with magnets.
And whose genius idea was it to not program her, you know, smiling and laughing and being happy and upbeat, rather than looking like one of the zombies down on Kensington Avenue? I mean, probably not the sharpest tool in the shed, guys. Guys, please help me out. What in the world was the name of the movie that had, it was like a whole group of women robot assassins? I want to say they were called fembots. I can almost see the movie clear in my head. I just can't think of what movie it was. And why do some of these robots look almost identical to Ivanka Trump? Isn't that weird?
This is Jeff Dabe, and he has some serious meat paws. Although it may seem like Jeff has some sort of genetic disorder, he's actually been tested by scientists and just naturally has some really large hands. Jeff also does professional arm wrestling, and he's an absolute monster. And Jeff holds the world record for the largest ring at size 30. And I already know his wife is extremely happy.
Yeah, I bet his wife is happy. And could you even imagine giving this guy like a high five? Yo, he would knock you into 2026, y'all.
High five!
First week of 2025 has started off with a bang. Waldo 3 was released, which is an AI system that can track just about anything in the entire world. Stands for the whereabouts assertion for low-lying detectable objects. And by the way, assertion means process of finding out anything specifically. Anything. It's able to detect vehicles, utility poles, bikes, boats, buildings, shipping containers, and people. It's already being used for disaster recovery, wildlife monitoring, infrastructure monitoring, traffic flow management, crowd counting, and drone safety. It's open source public software, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be used in the most productive ways possible. Happy New Year's, people.
Yeah, so long story short, your personal privacy is now gone. Totally gone. Thing of the past. It kind of seems like what Edward Snowden blew the whistle on, but only jacked up on steroids and multiplied by like 1,000. Scary stuff, guys.
This is simultaneously the creepiest and the funniest site I've found on the dark web.
So the site is called Get Gnomed, and they claim to be the best gnoming service on the dark web. Apparently they have competitors, but... So I did not know what gnoming was before today, but apparently it's when you cover someone's house with garden gnomes, and they offer something called like curse gnomes, which are filled with animal waste in order to attract lots of pests. What's really creepy is they will do the inside of people's house as well. Regardless, they say, of like security measures. Also, they offer something called like gnome haunting,
Which is apparently when the people remove a gnome, it will then be replaced with like 2 gnomes.
This has to be the absolute funniest / most terrifying thing I have ever seen in my entire life. And I'll tell you what, guys, if I ever strike it like uber rich, I could probably single-handedly keep this company in business for like years upon years upon years to come, guys.
No way! No way! No! Hey, stop!
That can't be good for him.
Hey, your eyes become bigger. Your name is...
Yeah, I don't know, guys. With tricks like this, that bird has to belong to either like P. Diddy or maybe Kim Kardashian. I don't know. One thing I do know is that bone can't be good for this bird's digestive system, guys.
I got a flight to catch. Why is this thing going in a circle? I'm getting dizzy. Look at what it's doing.
I understand. I'm really sorry, Mike. We're working with the situation of the vehicle. Is it circling around a parking lot, right?
It's circling around a parking lot. I got my seatbelt on. I can't get out the car. Has this been hacked? What's going on? I feel like I'm in the movies. Is somebody playing a joke on me?
Yo, I thought her voice was actually the car apologizing. I don't know, guys. I would be in such a state of panic.
This exact thing made me a flat earther. I was on a plane that needed to do an emergency landing. So I was taking a flight from Portugal to New York City. So Portugal is right about here. New York City would be right about here. A guy on our plane had a medical emergency. We had to make an emergency landing. On the back of every seat, they had these screens where you could watch the little airplane like as it's flying. So we're like right about here at this point. And when they announced the emergency landing, they did like a sharp turn and went all the way up here to St. John's in Canada. And everybody was like, why are we doing that? Like, that's going to take so much longer. Like, he needs help, because they thought he had like a stroke or something. The way it looked on the screen, you would have thought it was like a 90-degree angle, but the plane didn't turn at all. I started researching how or like why this was. I stumbled upon a flat earth map. Portugal is about right here. St. John's is right here. And I realized that's why it showed like a 90-degree angle turn and the plane didn't turn at all. And then I started looking at other emergency flight landing paths. That is the fastest way to become a flat earther, is just looking at emergency flight paths. There is not one that makes sense on the globe, and there's not one that doesn't make sense on the flat earth map. Also, if you guys didn't know, submarines use sonar that's based on flat earth. And pilot training manuals explicitly say to treat the earth as if it's a stationary flat plane.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm Switzerland on this one. I'm not saying it's round, and I'm definitely not saying it's flat. But what I am saying is that if you were to ask a group of like pilots, I guarantee 9 out of 10 of those pilots are gonna say that it's flat. So there's that, guys.
I looked at it. Holy shit, swimming. Yeah. It's trying to find the oyster. It'll go inside of it, so it might disappear in a second. That's why I want to get the lady back over here. Oh. We'll find it, though. I won't let him disappear. See, the other one is going off the side. Yeah.
What is it?
Ooh, I don't think I'll ever eat an oyster again after this. I was just saying how much I like them. That just done it for me. This poor lady, I want to see this head chef.
What in the world was that thing coming down the shell of the oyster? I gotta be honest with you guys. Right about now, I am so freaking proud of my intuition for never allowing me to try a raw oyster, guys.
What the f? So I'm at a customer's house and he put outlets everywhere. And I cannot figure out why. I mean, I counted. He's got 15 outlets wired in. Crazy thing is, he's an electrician. So there's 1, 2. Why you would have one up there, I don't know. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Crazy.
15 outlets. And yeah, obviously these are going to get wet. What the hell? I've never seen anything like it. It's very interesting. Yeah. Just when you think you've seen it all.
The fact that my man is an electrician is just chef's kiss, right? And what in the world would you need 15 outlets for in your bathroom, with half of them being above the shower? Anyone? Bueller?
My uncle is currently working at the Cecil Hotel, and this is what he sent me.
Like, does anyone else find it very, very convenient that we don't see in the actual room? Like, for all we know, there's somebody actually in that room shutting the door every time the camera pans to another angle. So pretty far from a smoking gun if you ask me, guys. Next.
Hi, Stuart. Hi, Linda. Your city's burning down. Oh, you don't know who these people are? This is Stuart and Linda Resnick. The Resnicks own the Wonderful Company. Ironic, isn't it? Palm, Fiji Water, Wonderful Pistachios. They also own preschools. They develop real estate. Linda and Stuart Resnick use more water than every single resident of Los Angeles combined. Linda and Stuart Resnick own 60% of California's water. Linda and Stuart Resnick own 60% of California's water. This
crazy.
California, where multiple fires are currently at 0% containment. And a 2016 study showed that the Resnick's agricultural businesses were, quote, thought to consume more of the state's water than any other family, farm, or company. So while California continues to burn, you should probably know that Linda and Stuart Resnick think everything is just wonderful.
Why are people even allowed to own water privately? You know what I'm saying, guys? Like, this is a perfect example of what's wrong with our country right now. And what are you gonna tell me is next? Air?
In 1980, a Japanese journalist filmed an iPhone. It was an iPhone 13, and this video is currently resurfacing on the internet, creating an incredible buzz. This show was filmed in 1980 around Hiroshima. You know that a bomb exploded in Hiroshima in 1945, which led to the city being deserted due to radiation. The show is about returning to the site to observe the abandoned houses and objects left behind. At the time, the journalist thought he had found a mirror, because theoretically, the iPhone didn't exist in 1980. However, it was indeed an iPhone 13. The most worrying part is that no one can explain how an iPhone 13 ended up there in 1980. The journalist, perplexed, didn't know what to make of it and genuinely believed it was a mirror. So, who can explain this glitch in the Matrix, please?
Yeah, I've seen this before, guys. You wanna know the most worrying thing about this clip? The fact that a lot of people will actually believe this.
Did you know Squid Game's actually based on true events from the 80s? It's all based around the 1986 Brothers House incident in Korea, where an orphanage was essentially turned into the Squid Game. Founded in 1960, the Brothers House orphanage ran normally until 1986. A billionaire adopted all the kids and then bought the orphanage and locked them all in it, hiring workers that hid their face like this and forced these children in blue jumpsuits to play kids games. And if you're wondering, you didn't want to lose. The creator of Squid Game claims that it was not based on anything, but this is in the TV show where the guards sleep, and this is at the Brothers House where they kept the children. Also, these were the Squid Game guards, and these were the guards in the real life. Now, you can look this up for yourself. This is actually one of the worst human rights violations in history. But weirdly, around 2020, it was kind of scrubbed from the internet, with many people theorizing Netflix did this in order for the Squid Games to be posted as normal. This is until some survivors of the Brothers House started speaking up this year. They started realizing how awfully similar to Squid Games looks and plays just like the Brother House. Squid Games denies there's any influence or ties to this, but I want to know what your thoughts are because I think there is.
Creepy stuff. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, guys. What do you think? Was Squid Games really based off of true events? Did something like this actually happen somewhere in the world? I'll tell you what, guys. One thing that I do know is that the billionaires who started the Brothers House or orphanage, whatever you want to call it, were never found. So there's that.
The world's first electric flying car has been approved for test flights and is even available for pre-order. Last year, the startup automaker opened pre-sales for what it says is, quote, the only drivable flying car with vertical takeoff and landing capabilities. The Olive Model A flying car is designed to fit within existing urban infrastructure, meaning it can be driven on public roads and fit into a standard garage. The two-person vehicle is fully electric with a driving range of 200 miles and a flight range of 110 miles. Buyers can put a $150 deposit to join the general queue or $1,500 to receive priority access. According to Olive, approximately 440 people put down deposits in 2022. Olive CEO says the company plans to begin deliveries in late 2025.
Welcome to the future, y'all. 2025 is off to a crazy start. Can you even imagine how nuts car chases are going to be up in the sky? Yo, someone call Doc Brown and have him gas up my DeLorean and get it ready to go.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Okay, so hold up.
Now you're telling me not only do we have plasmoids in the sky and drones searching for the plasmoids, but now we have a vortex under the ocean where another civilization has been living for generations? I feel like every day I wake up to something new and something crazy, but at the same time, something that I believe because I believed it in my core being for my entire life. But these creatures apparently were discovered. An investigation under the water happened, and they found this civilization that's been there for decades. At what point are we gonna get photographs and like HD video of all of this? Because I can see it in my mind's eye, but I need to see it and I need physical proof of it. So have you guys heard of this civilization that's now under the water? I feel like I can't keep up with things.
Here I am just wondering what the rents and home prices look like down in the vortex, because up here in Clown World, it is out of control, y'all.
So they showed them a photo of an alien grey, and this shaman just went, "That's Makanwabu." These guys who were doing a podcast got these Amazonian shamans on, and they were like, you know, tribesmen from the Amazonian basin, living out in the jungle, drinking the ayahuasca, very much in communion with nature, no connection to modern society. And they asked, well, before they got the photo out, they asked them, like, do you know what an alien is? Like, what do you think about aliens? And they were like, no idea what that means. They haven't got a term for it in their language. So they showed them a photo of an alien grey, and this shaman just went, "That's Makanwabu." And they had a whole story about Makanwabu, this human that became an ant that lives underground and it can take your soul, and you need to be a good shaman to bring that soul back. But the fact that they had this complex mythology around something, they didn't know the term alien. The moment they saw the archetypical grey, they were like, that is Makanwabu.
Hold on a sec, guys. Hold up. Did he just say that they showed this tribe pictures of actual aliens? He didn't want to show them to us too? He didn't think that those pictures might complement his story just that much better?
The vampires in New Orleans are real. There's all this lore about like, oh, I met a vampire at a bar in New Orleans. My Uber driver told me he met a vampire once. If you meet local people, everyone will have some sort of story. There's one really infamous story about how this lady claims, and she's a bartender, that the Carter brothers came into her bar. And the Carter brothers are infamous. Everybody has a story about them. They were these brothers in the 1930s in New Orleans. They were rumored to be vampires after allegedly abducting and draining the blood of their victim. A lot of people think if there are like weird things happening around town that are like supernatural and unexplained, it could be linked to one of the Carter brothers. Another famous example is Count Saint Germain, and people know of him as the man who does not die and knows everything. And everybody's had sightings of him. People have claimed to have been seeing him since the 18th century, and he just like changes identities as time goes on so people don't, you know, figure out he's immortal. There are thousands of stories just like this. New Orleans is a bit of a paranormal hotspot, and if you're a local or a visitor, it seems like everybody ends up having some sort of story. And if you like my spooky content, come over here for longer videos.
Yes, so like what kind of vampires are we dealing with here, guys? Are we talking about vampires from Twilight, or are we talking about vampires from Blade? Yeah, actually, you know what? It doesn't even matter, guys. I will be taking Mardi Gras off my bucket list.
Have you heard Nikola Tesla's theory on the pyramids? He believed that it was from an ancient civilization, predating what Egyptologists, is that a thing? He says that these pyramids were actually used as basically giant generators to harness electricity. But you've seen those hieroglyphics of like, where like down, and it's like really far down in like a cavern or something in Egypt, and there's hieroglyphics of like them with light bulbs and stuff, and it's like connected to
like a generator.
Yeah, or it's like it's a clay jar that had like tar and like a metal rod in it. Yeah. That would act as a battery to where you could generate electricity.
How in the world? Are you telling me the pyramids are just one big solar panel?
That's what I'm saying. That's what Tesla said. So
Nikola, thank you.
And that's why they wanted him gone, because he knew how to find a sustainable form of energy.
He said, we don't need a power grid. We don't need wires like for transporting electricity. It can just be sent out to homes, like through the atmosphere. He figured it out and got shot down.
Nikola Tesla, a gangster? Oh, the OG.
Yeah, I mean, Tesla was a genius, guys, and so far ahead of his time. You know what this reminds me of? There's a movie with Keanu Reeves and Morgan Freeman. I can't think of the name of it, but this clip it almost reminds me of the movie. If you know the name of the movie, throw it in the comments, guys.
I saw the government from all over the world start to use drones all over the place. They're all at a certain level, all above, just buzzing around. He said you're going to start to hear a lot about aliens on TV. You're going to start to see more what they want to call UFO encounter lights and things in the sky is what he's warning me about. He said there will actually be a great deception. Las Vegas, Father. I just seen a glimpse of Vegas. Oh, are these all on the same day? I pray over Las Vegas, Lord. Oh, it is. I just seen a glimpse of New Orleans, Bourbon Street. It is an attack simultaneously when people are distracted. But I would say New Orleans is darkest, but there's just one man. It's a masked plan. It's a mass plans. There's more than just these two, the Lord says. There's more than just these two. He's given me a glimpse into these two, though.
Oh, believe you me, he is not making predictions, guys, all right? What this man is doing or has done is prophesizing, okay? Huge difference between the two.
So does anyone believe in portals and in the possibility of traveling to different worlds or even different dimensions through portals?
Crazy.
So did this man really travel to a different point on Earth, or a different planet, or even a different dimension? What do you believe?
Light can't really get through. You're not going to feel anything, you're not going to smell anything until the surface is literally moved. This portal becomes self-sustaining for like 2 hours. Are you going to go through it? Taking samples of this water. It's unbelievable. It's so warm. It's almost like it's just untainted. You can't see it because the clouds are covering it, but there are two suns right off there. One, and there's a lesser sun like right there. I think it's still Earth. It's just it's Earth in a different time, maybe. There it is. Two suns. Crazy. Beautiful.
No. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. 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 Hell no. 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 I refuse. No. No.
What a shame, guys. These poor animals are probably so scared and confused and have no idea what's going on out there. I mean, let's look at the bright side. At least they're polite. You know, they use the crosswalk. They move pretty quickly. I mean, let's be honest. I know senior citizens that take longer to cross the road than them, so at least there's that.
You've said that the devil runs Hollywood.
I did say that.
Yes. You still believe it?
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Didn't we just have Christmas?
Yes.
What were the films that premiered for Christmas? Name the titles you can think of now.
Carry On.
Right.
Which had a Christmas backdrop to it.
Right.
But I can't really think of any actual Christmas films.
Nicole Kidman's film came out. Baby Girl, I think it's called.
Okay, yeah, I
not
missed
a
that
Christmas movie.
No.
It's not a Christmas movie.
No, you're not really seeing Christmas movies right now.
Not really seeing... And then
There's no
Nostradamus,
Grinch,
what is that? Nostradamus, whatever.
Yeah.
I can't even say it, it's so evil. If you look at the marketing for the new Christmas vampire movie, Vlad, see where I'm going with this, guys? See the new Christmas vampire movie? If you look at the advertising for that, it doesn't say devil. It never says, it says, darkness. And, the principalities of darkness.
Yeah, guys, I couldn't agree more with what Mr. Baldwin is saying in this one. I mean, let's just take a look at one of the Christmas movies that came out this year. Let's look at Dear Santa. Seems harmless, right? Dear Santa, stars Jack Black, comedy. It's about a little boy who's making a Christmas list, and instead of sending it to Santa, he misspells Santa and sends the list to Satan. Jack Black shows up as Satan himself and grants the kid 3 wishes like some type of demonic genie in a bottle. So, yes, I agree with everything Mr. Baldwin is saying. Yo, I really thought this was gonna be like a serious clip of people hiding their faces because they were scared of cameras or something. That's all I got this week, guys. Leave us a comment, let us know your thoughts, smash that like and subscribe button, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.